So Baruch Hashem, the Rabbi Pinto, he says that even gathering, just to sit together in a holy place, that itself makes a very holy moment. So even the fact, before me even saying anything, just the fact that we are sitting here, that's itself, it's a holy moment. And Baruch Hashem, we are not talking politics, but we see that today we have so many, machlokot, misunderstanding between, Am Israel. So I really want us now in this moment to try לכוון, to do כוונה, לאהוב כל אחד מישראל כנפשי ומאודי. You try to love everyone, just the one that sits next to you. Just give love. That's one of, I think, something that if we are putting it in our mind, it changes our day. Just to give love. Not for something, for no reason. Just because I want to give. There is one man. He went to the barber. You are a Bukharian, Bukharian? That's the community. A lot of barbers, right? Bukharian? I know, in the city, all the barbers are Bukharian. So he came to the barber and getting the haircut. And barbers, they know how to cut hair, but they know also how to speak. It's part of the job. So they are talking on and down. And then they started to talk about Hashem. And the barber said to the man, what, are you innocent? Of course there is no Borei Olam. He said, what do you mean? 100% there is no Borei Olam. How can you know there is no Borei Olam? 100%? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but how can you know it's 100%? It's simple. If there was Borei Olam, do you think there were so many poor people in the world? Do you think there were so many sick people in the world? Do you think there were so many people that looking for sivug in the world? Of course there is no Borei Olam. The man finished the haircut. He walks out. And he see at the corner of the store, he see homeless. He sits aside. And his hair, like very long hair, very dirty. He's running back to the shop. Says, excuse me, there are no barbers in the world. What? I just gave you a haircut. Do you think if there were barbers in the world, somebody without haircut would sit outside of your store? People without washing their head would walk in the street? No. The thing is that those people, they are not coming to me. This is what the barber said. So the man told him, the thing is that people are not coming to Hashem. This is why they think there is no Borei Olam. So they told me I need to come to Hashem. So I did. Before Rosh Hashanah, I decided I'm going to go to talk to Hashem. I cried to him. I asked him. I explained to him. I'm telling him everything that's hard for me. And then I asked for Chokhmah, what he gives me. Challenges. By solving the challenges, what I'm getting? Chokhmah. I'm asking for money, what he gives me. Knowledge and two hands to work. I'm asking for love, what he gives me. People that teach me how to love them in a very tough way. So everything I asked from Hashem, he didn't give me. But he gave me whatever I need. And that's the secret to Hashem. There was one girl, the challenges, and the problems in life, it was very difficult to her. And she came to her father, she said, you know what, Abba, I'm tired. His life is exhausting. I said, you know what, my BT, come to the kitchen, I want to show you something. He took a carrot, he put it on the fire, boiling water. He took an egg, put it on the fire in the boiling water, and he took coffee beans and put it in the fire. in a boiling water. And he tells the daughter, this boiling water, it's like the challenges, your problem in life. Now let's wait. He came back to the kitchen after a few minutes, and he take out the carrot, put it in a plate, take out the egg, put it in a plate, take out the coffee beans, filter, put it in a cup. Okay, my daughter, what do you see? I see carrot, which is very mushy and smooshed, and I see egg, that it's very hard, and I see coffee beans with a good smell and it's tasty. So he says, listen, Biti, who do you want to be? Would you like to be like a carrot? That when the boiling water, the problem in life, goes hard, everything goes hard, you are becoming smooshy and soft? Or maybe you become like the egg, that she came to the water very soft, and then after the boiling water, after all the hot water, the egg becomes very strong. Maybe you are that kind of person, or maybe you are like a coffee beans. Coffee beans, it's the only thing that actually, as much as it was tough, they succeed to get the best character out of the situation. In order to be a coffee bean, we have to remember that everything happens for a reason. And with that feeling, this is how we need to come to Rosh Hashanah. Because we are coming to Rosh Hashanah, and we know that in Rosh Hashanah, even a person, when he have, court, lo alenu, lo alechem, lo alafkan Israel, so he's doing whatever he can to be, innocent. He takes lawyers, he takes money, he's very worried. When we are coming to Rosh Hashanah, each and one of us, usually, let's say, think about past years. What do you do in Rosh Hashanah? When they blow the shofar, what do you do? Cry. Why else? Praying. But praying what? With what kavanah? Doing regrets or asking from Hashem for a good year, everything that we want? Both. Okay? The Zohar HaKadosh says something very, very important. Leavdil, אלף אלפי הבדלות, dogs, when they are barking, how they sound? Have in Hebrew, it means give. So we're not going to come to Rosh Hashanah and Chas v'Shalom we're going to do have, give me Hashem, give me Hashem, give me Hashem. So we need to come to Rosh Hashanah with a different kavanah. So first of all, there is a secret. We started and we said that even just in fact that we are sitting here and we are spreading the love, that's a holy moment. So to come to Rosh Hashanah and to try to put myself בתוך עם ישראל. I'm a part of something. When I'm asking on myself, I have to ask for everyone else. So if I need Shlom Bayit, I'm asking Shlom Bayit, including everyone that needs Shlom Bayit. If I need health, if I need money, if I need shidduch, whatever I need, I'm asking Ben Kol Am Israel, including everyone in Am Israel. Which is, that's a secret. Because when Hashem sees that you can make hitkallalut, how would we say hitkallalut, to include other people in your tefillah, so you can actually include Hashem in your life. Generally speaking, as women, female, what is our main work in Avodat Hashem? What do we say? Raising the kids, okay, what else? I'm asking questions because I see I'm trying to get somewhere. Yeah. What else? helping husband to learn Torah. What else? There is
Keeping
one
it kosher,
avodah
keeping it
that is
kosher.
our main avodah. That's
Keeping
what?
it kosher home.
Keeping a kosher home, הדלקת נרות, הפרשת חלב. That's a great mitzvah, everything you said. But it's not our main work. Yes? Praying. That's a beautiful job. That's definitely part of our main work. But there is something that it's the roots of everything you said. Have to be. There is כוונה over there. It's close. עבודת המידות. What is midot? Character. To work on our character. And why? עבודת המידות. Because that's the basic for all the rest. If I know all the halachot, I'm spets in halachot. I know everything that I need for women to do. I'm helping my husband to learn Torah. But I'm not doing it with chesed. I'm not doing it with good character. Do you think it's worth it? Go study Torah! We're not going to make the work, right? So, Avodat HaMidot. What is Avodat HaMidot? We found that Avraham Avinu, for instance, when he sent Eliezer to find Shidduch for Yitzchak, he didn't tell him, go look for the smartest girl, the beautiful girl, the richest, zchut avot. He didn't ask for anything. What he asked? Only one thing. Chesed. That's it. Chesed. Look deep into her character and find chesed. As women, our main work all day is to do chesed. If you would go by the din, by the tzedek, you wouldn't do anything to your husband, to your kids, if it's going to be by the tzedek, by the din. Right? You're going to say, I did the dishes, I'm sorry, I'm not washing the floor. You're going to wash the floor. You didn't act right, I'm not washing I'm not doing laundry today. I'm working, so you need to work double, because it says in the Ketubah. Everything would be by, yeah, we cannot walk like that, right? So everything that we are doing, it's follow the chesed. I'm doing because I understand my main work. It's not only about my husband, it's not only about my kids, it's about something much more important. What? Bottom line? Hashem. I'm doing for Hashem. Now we see, if we're going to go deep a little bit to the feminine power that we have in the Torah, each of the feminine characters in the Torah gives us something genetic that go through in our blood that can help us to do Avodat Hashem. In order to know how to do it, we have to learn what are those powers. It's like we got from the Torah cards, and now Hashem say, if you know your cards, you can play a beautiful song to me. So let's start from the beginning. Who is the first woman ever? Chava, Em Kol Chai. And what we all the time think, we have some deal with Chava. Chava gave Adam HaRishon to eat from Etz HaDaat. She did all the mess. And now 6,000 years we need to suffer. What's going on? Asaba Minovardok, he wrote a book, a beautiful book. The name is Madrigat HaAdam. That's a beautiful book. And he gives over there a great explanation about Chava. Something that changed all the point of view, perspective about Chava, and also gives us like a tool, a real tool, about your genetic power that no one can take away from you. Even if you don't know that you have it, you have it. We know the story that Chava, even we have a midrash, right, that say that Chava ate from the apple or תאנה or whatever the story say. And she didn't want Adam to get married with a different animal, so she gave him also to eat, so he will be dead also. Now, if you read this midrash, you would say, wow, genetic power, that's a not good genetic power. Asaba Menovardo gives us a totally different explanation, and that's the deeper meaning. That's the פנימיות התורה. Yeah? He said, Adam Rishon and Chava, it was the head body. The body was like clothing, right? Oh, ubasar talbishani. This is what the Torah said. It means we have neshama, and the body was like the clothing. This is why they don't care they didn't have any clothing, because that was the clothing. They were like an angels. What is an angel? An angel is a creation that has no choice. He cannot choose to do bad. He can only do good. He has one mission. Usually every angel has a mission, and he's doing his mission perfectly. Adam Arishon and Chava, they were like angels. No bad. It means if they will see now something bad, it's very clear to them. Like I'm telling you now, it's night. This is how it was clear to them between good and bad. In these days, can we say on something that it's totally good? No. Can we say on something that it's totally bad? No. Good to the body, bad to the soul, good to the soul, bad to the body. Everything so mishmash. Adam Arishon and Chava, that was their mission. To be an angel. הקדוש ברוך הוא tells to אדם הראשון וחווה, מכל עץ הדעת תאכלו, מכל עץ הגן תאכלו, עץ הדעת טוב ורע לא תאכלו, כי אם יאכלו ממנו, if they eat, what happened to them? מות תמות. So we think מות תמות, it's what? Die. It's what? If I'm telling you, listen, you can drink from anything, from this one you cannot drink, because if you drink from it, chas v'shalom, nobody can die. But so you would say, die, it's what? Punishment? Yeah? It wasn't a punishment. Kadosh Baruch Hu say to them, listen guys, from all the trees you can eat. This tree, if you eat it, what happened, you're gonna get into the nature. You're gonna be under the nature. It means that suddenly, out of the blue, all your desires and wills, things you never felt before, will wake up, and then you will need to fight. If you will not succeed to fight it, and you will lose, what happened? Motamut, you will die, not as a punishment, as a result. Because if you would lose, you're going to be part of the nature. And nature, it's not endless, it's not infinite. It's something that ends. This is the nature of the nature. So if you go to a store and now you break a glass, if you break, you pay. That's a punishment, right? But if I tell you now, you need to collect all the pieces, that's a punishment? No, that's what? Result. It's result of an act. So what we need to do now, what we are doing, collecting all the pieces, right? That's a result. It's not a punishment. Adam Arishon and Chava, more likely, she decided that she would like to do Mesirut Nefesh, to risk all her reality and to be closer to Hashem. Because if they will succeed, and there was a reality that they could succeed, when the snake came to Chava and asked, tell me, what Hashem told you? What she said? She changed the sentence. She said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, from all these three you can eat, from this one you cannot, pen temutun. Pen, the word pen in Hebrew is maybe. Hashem didn't say maybe at the beginning. What Hashem said? You will die. She changed it and she said, pen temutun, maybe you will die. Because she knew. She changed it because she knew there is a reality that they could win this battle. They could. This challenge, and if they could, if they would, they will reach to a much highest spirituality level than an angel. So Chava, we say, what was her inner kavanah?
She wants to be close to you.
She wanted to be close to Hashem. So we can study two things from Chava. First of all, every act that you do, your inner kavanah, it's good. This is what the Torah teaches us. Even if you think that you did something terrible, I'm coming to Rosh Hashanah, I did something terrible, your inner kavanah was good. The neshama cannot do something that the kavanah wouldn't be good. The kavanah was good, and something mixed up, and Yetzer Hara, did his own work, and the battle was very hard, but the inner kavanah was good. That's one thing that Chava teaches. Second of all, Chava teaches that you have a power, genetic power, to take your house, your husband, your kids closer to Hashem. And who's doing that? We all the time think that the man, he's responsible for the Torah. That's true. He's responsible for learning Torah. But the woman, she's like the navigator. The man is like pilot, and the woman, she's the navigator. She sits in the back, in an airplane. The navigator sits in the back, and if there's no navigator, no flight. Now the woman say to the man, here take right, here take left, here keep on straight. So it's either she take him to Louis Vuitton, or either she takes him to Bet HaMidrash. Yeah? So who's giving the road, who's giving the direction? The woman. This is what Chava teaches. So that's first genetic, huge power that each and one of us got. The second power that we got, let's go through 20 generations forward. Who was she? 20 generations. Sarah, she's the star of Rosh Hashanah. In the morning of Rosh Hashanah, we read the פרשת וירא, פרק כ"א, and Hashem פקד את שרה. הקדוש ברוך הוא gave to Sarah, then, me personally, I was waiting for my first son 7 years, and then for my twins another 8 years. So when I read every year about Sarah, I'm saying that's incredible, because I know what is 7 years. 7 years I was, God Hashem, no more. So Sarah, it was endless. And we think that it was different back then, but it wasn't. Think about it. When Hagar was, in the house and she got pregnant, everyone started to talk about Sarah. Oh, she probably not this righteous. She just looked righteous. But if she was righteous, Hashem would give her a son. The fact that he gave to Hagar. So think about what she went through every year, every year she's coming to Rosh Hashanah to Hashem. Why we read about Sarah? Hashem pakad et Sarah? Because every year, 90 years, she coming to Hashem every year. This year you're gonna give me. After 120 years, when we go to Shamayim, Bezrat Hashem, everyone 120 years, in B'riyut. When we go to Shamayim, they ask us one question, the first question. האם ציפית לישועה? Did you ציפית, how would I say it? I say it, did you imagine in your mind your Yeshua? Bet HaMikdash, the big Yeshua, and also your personal Yeshua. Did you visually see it? Because our big sin, it's that we think Hashem has boundary. Hashem cannot do it for me. That's it. But that's a sin, because Hashem is infinity. He can do everything. Just we need to think outside of the box. And that was the power of Sarah. Every year she's coming to Hashem. And she say, Hashem, I know, this is gonna be my year. And finally she got it after 9 years. Now this woman, think about it. She had a very tough life. Very, very tough life. First of all, she had so many masaot. Since she got married to Abraham, she's going through from one place to another, from one place to another, from one place, no even one, give me some break. And it says that הדרך ממעטת את הילודה. It means that the road makes the woman not to bring babies. Because woman needs stability. Woman needs, to be calm. So she could blame Abraham all those years. What are you doing to me? Stop. Give me stability. Give me some, good pay stub. I don't know. Give me something. She didn't. She continued with Abraham like lehavdi, like a horse. They put to the horses something here and the horses just go straight. They don't see. Lehavdi. But this is Sarah, on the good way. She was like, Rak Hashem, Rak Hashem, Rak Hashem. Nothing else. It's amazing. And not only that, after that, when Hagar is coming, and Hagar, who she was a daughter of a king. It's like, I'm going to tell you, listen, tomorrow I'm going to bring the daughter of the President of the United States. She's a great model, and she's going to be in your house. Stay in your house, you're going to tell her, right? Sarah actually did it. It's unacceptable. It's amazing when you think about it. I don't know, I'm amazed from it each time. Yeah, it's really an incredible מסירות נפש. So when Sarah, she don't agree with Abraham, she's telling him, שומע חרפתי ושותק? You hear that people talking about me and they say I'm not that righteous because you got a baby from Hagar and you just stay quiet? You are not fighting for me? שומע חרפתי ושותק? She didn't put a note on the mirror, my dear husband, I'm sorry, that's it, I'm leaving you. No, she's telling, I'm here. No matter what, Hashem gave me Abraham, I don't care, I'm taking it. With the minuses, with everything, I'm taking it and I'm going with it. And I know if I have a problem, I'm not talking to Abraham even. With whom I'm talking? Hashem. Hashem. And this power, this מסירות נפש, Sarah gives to each and one of us. Even if we don't know it, but we have it in our genetic power. That's your grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, it's Sarah. And that's a power that we need to take with us every day. Hello. Our next star is Rivka. Rivka give us a unique power. Rivka is the quiet one. She's the opposite of drama queen. She's not screaming at home. She's not making drama. Even when she don't agree with Yitzchak, ויאהב יצחק את עשיו כי ציד בפיו. Yitzchak, he loves Esav. He wants to give to Esav the blessing. But Rivka, she don't want it. But she don't say anything. She just sit quiet. Okay. And then she go to Yaakov, teach him all the lessons. You do that, you do this. Yaakov came quietly, steal the blessing, finish the story. Rivka teach us a great lesson. Some things in Avodat Hashem we need to do quiet. The first halacha in the halacha book, what is the first halacha? Who knows? הצנע לכת עם השם אלוקיך. What is הצנע לכת עם השם אלוקיך? do everything with Hashem, not everything, do something at least with Hashem. Why? You are not doing it because you want prestige, because you want everyone to think, oh, I'm so tzedeket. Please see it. Not because of that, you're just doing it because you want to please Hashem. That's very tough. Even to get something, simple. It's very tough because all the time we have Yetzer Hara on it. We want to tell, we want to feel good about ourselves. Rivka teaches us there are some things we need to do. Why? One time, in one of the shiurim, a lady came to me, and she's a very respectful lady in Long Island. She said, she came to me, she said, listen, I want to tell you something. Her husband is a famous man, and she said about her kids, lo alenu, lo alechem, she raised them all the time. Since they were born in Talmudei Torah, she did everything she could. But now when they grew up a little bit, she sees from far away when they go outside the house, they take the yarmulke, put it in the pocket, and go. And each time she sees her heart breaks. It's heartbreaking. Like she did everything she could. And it's hard to, that's also one of the things in Avodat Hashem, to accept that we need sometimes to release, to give Hashem do the job, right? But still, it's hard. It's very hard. Lo alenu, lo alechem, we all the time going to see nachat. But then I asked her one question. I said, tell me, since the boys were little, did they saw you playing in the house? Did they saw you reading Tehillim, reading something, praying one tefillah a day, doing something between the walls that nobody sees? I said no. Most of her work was in the community, when everybody sees. So now what her son do? What he does? He wants to show to everyone in the community what he think about, what he think in the house, so we take it out. So I thought, what I think? It's never too late. Start now. Do every day, a day of Tehillim. Just sit at the corner of the house and start crying to Hashem. And don't say to no one anything. Whatever they need to see, they will see. And kids, they have this special power. As much as they little, they have this power even more. They sense you. They know the truth about yourself, even things that you don't know yourself. It's amazing. This is why they test us, they challenge us in the places nobody sees, but only you and Hashem. This is what Rivka teaches us. Also, we see that we have in Rivka that she teaches it's very important to act quietly, because we have something very important. Isha needs to do one prayer a day, right? And this prayer needs to be quiet. What's the name of the prayer? Amidah. The responsibility of Isha, it's not much, but it's still a lot, because we have so much to do during the day. Isha she's very, very high level, spirituality level. This is why in the Bet Knesset, Nashim sits on the second floor. Why? Because a man, he needs to learn all the halachot, 613 mitzvot, to do everything. Woman, she's much higher. One tefillah, boom, escalator to Hashem. I remember my grandmother, she used to go to the mezuzah. She was Moroccan, barely knew Hebrew. Go to the mezuzah. 1 minute I see everything okay. 1 minute after, I don't know how she did it. Like, wow, that escalator to Hashem. It's incredible. So a woman, she don't need to do much, but she needs to do some. And whatever she needs to do, sometimes it's very hard, but it's important. One tefillat amidah every day. It's either shachrit, mincha, arvit. For Ashkenaz people, arvit they don't do. Sephardic people, they can do, woman can do also arvit. But one tefillah a day. Even if you cannot do the whole tefillah, you don't need to do the whole shacharit. Kriyat Shema, Amidah, if you can עלינו לשבח, מה טוב ומה נעים, everything good. Yeah? So, Rivka gives us the power to act quietly. And that's a great one. Because sometimes we talk too much. We need to learn how to act quietly. And there's another lesson. Sometimes we see, like with Rivka and Yitzchak, she didn't come from the door. She came from the window. Right? She didn't come straight to Yitzchak and say, listen Yitzchak, I don't agree with you. You have to do it differently. She came from the window, quietly, came to the son, tell him what to do. The son did his job, and everything was saved for generations, but quietly. So that's another lesson from the next one is who? Rachel, she is the mother that she's beyond genetic system. There is no genetic out there. She's beyond nature. The symbol of Rachel, it's the power to see the favor of the other person. Whatever Rachel did with Leah, we cannot even understand it. Think about it. הגדול לגדולה, הקטן לקטנה. The big one for the big, and the small one for the little one. The big one Leah for Esav, and Rachel for Yaakov. Rachel no. Wow, I got it. Tzaddik. I'm all good. Soon we're gonna get married. I don't need to pray. Why should I pray? I have good resume. I already have my shidduch. I don't need to pray. Leah, on the other hand, she knows what's going to happen, and she's starting to, it's not even pray, זה לקרוע שערי שמיים, yeah? She's starting to pray and cry and do whatever she can in order to change her Messiah. And she succeeds. We need to understand there are two, that's a little bit deep, but we will succeed to translate. Two olamot, yeah, two words. One olam, it's olam tohu. That's the name, tohu. Tohu, it means mess, like the Bereshit. Tohu vavohu, yeah, olam tohu. And there is another olam, olam tikkun, the word of correction. Esav, he came from Tohu. Yaakov came from Tikkun. If, let's say, just to understand it better, into our days, what is people that came from Olam Tohu? Let's say kids that they have ADHD, yeah? Or maybe a Balei Tshuva. So it means that their neshamot, it's a very high spirituality neshama that can fit a lot of light, more than Olam HaTikun. It's much higher. But the kli, the tool, is broken. So they need to fix the tool. This is why Yitzchak loved Esav so much, because he knew that if Esav would correct his tool, his ways, he can be much higher than Yaakov. When Yaakov see Leah, he looked at her, and you know when you look on somebody and you feel that you hate it, maybe hate it's a big word, but I'm using in the word of the Torah. The Torah says, ויפתח השם את רחמה כשנואה. The Torah used the word שנואה, hate. Hashem opened Leah womb. He gave her more kids because he saw that Yaakov ate her. Now, can we say about the tzaddik that he will hate someone? It's love from the Torah. It's from the Torah itself. It's not even Rabbanit, it's from the Torah. לא תשנא את אחיך בלבבך. That's an halakha. So how can we say about a tzaddik that will hate someone? So of course we need to understand what's the meaning of it. it has to be a deeper meaning, otherwise there's no explanation. When Yaakov looked in the eyes of Leah, who he see? He see Olam HaTohu. Who came from Olam HaTohu? Esav. He see Esav. And he knows that Esav can be even in a higher level than him if he will correct his ways. Of course, Yaakov never gave to Leah to feel snua, to feel that he hated her during, in the house. Maybe she understood it because Hashem gave her more kids. So she understands she's being compromised on something. So she understands. But Yaakov for sure never gave her to feel something like that. But yeah, that's a big man. That's a huge man. Think about it, Leah transfer from האישה השנואה לאישה הנשואה. From being hated to being married. Who married with Yaakov? Me? Leah. Rachel was the original shidduch, and who married with Yaakov? Leah. After a lot of years, we have Hanukkah, and we sing Bnei Bina Yemei Shmona. What is Bnei Bina? The son of Bina. Who is Bina? Leah, she had Bina Yetera. She had the power to build from darkness to light. She had so much power that she gave this powerful generation to the Maccabim that saved everyone from darkness to light. So think about it, this power going through our genetic blood. If the Maccabim could get it, for sure we got it. The power to see something that is unbuilt and to succeed to build it. Women have it. Let's say you walk into a new house, new apartment, and it needs renovation. Probably your husband gonna see it. It's not a good fit for us. But you can see in your imagination how we can paint, how we can break, we can build, we can do. That's the power that women have. It's an amazing power. So this is what Leah teaches us. And Rachel, behind nature. Rachel teaches us to think favorably on others more than even herself. Rachel actually did Mesirut Nefesh. She didn't bury it with her husband. She had only 2 kids. She ended up very young. She did a huge Mesirut Nefesh. This is why, after years, when we need Rachamim, nobody can come to Hashem to ask Rachamim except of Rachel, because she did something behind nature. I see all of you looking on the watches. You're like, continue, or you are continue? Yeah, we can continue. I see you. If you're not going to stop me, it's going to be endless.
That's right.
So our work, we see that if we're going to take all this power, we're going to take the power of Chava, that she gives us the ability to know that every kavanah, that we have the inner kavanah, it's a good kavanah. And we take the power of Sarah, of Mesirut Nefesh, Rak Hashem, I don't see nothing, Rak Hashem. And we take the power of Rivka to act quietly. Sometimes we need to act quietly, and we take the power of Rachel, power of Levon, the power to do good to others, the power to see favorably on other people, and we take the power of Leah, the power to build from darkness to light. We take all these powers together and we put it into our main work. And our main work is what we said at the beginning, midot. The main midah that we need is chesed. Even in the modern world, in the psychology, for instance, it's amazing to see it. They give it a name. They said there is 3 ways of a mom to have communication pattern with her children. The first one, which is the best one, it's called safe communication pattern. It means that you are a mom, that you have the ability to love and be angry at the same time. It means that your your daughter feel safe. I know that even if my mom gonna get mad, I'm safe. Nothing gonna happen to me. She loves me anyway. That's the best one. Second one, ambivalent. In Hebrew it says Yom Asal Yom Basal. Yeah, it means that one day you are here, one day you are not. The third day your kids don't know where you are. So he's not sure what's gonna happen. And that makes children that wants to do ritzui. How to say ritzui in English? That would like to
Please you.
to please you. Kids that want to please their parents. The third pattern is absence. Absence, it doesn't mean that you are not there at all. It means that you can serve dinner, you can serve breakfast, you can do laundry, but you don't really have a connection with your kids. You don't ask them every day, how do you feel making something, everything okay? Would you like to share something? I missed you, I love you. You don't have all this. So you it's like everything that physically you have, but emotionally there's no connection. And that's the worst. Now, in order to do safe communication, to be able to love and to be angry at the same time, you have to have what? Chesed. Because think about it, now you feel angry. And your son, your daughter walks in. How much it's hard to do this? It's like somebody But if we have chesed, we are doing it because we know we're doing it now just for it, just to give, not b'midat hadin, b'midat chesed. Now, if we act like that in our house, when we come in Rosh Hashanah to Hashem, how do you think Hashem judges us? If you are a person of chesed, I will give you chesed. Somebody wants to ask something? Challenge.
How are you supposed to have that patience? You know how people when there's nothing and you have things to do like this one to tell
That's an amazing question. So first of all, let's define. That's a great question. Let's define what is patient. What is patient? What is Rabbanit?
Well, I guess
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom! It means I have sablanut. What is sablanut?
Try to stay.
So you say that patient is the ability to wait?
Sometimes.
No.
When you work on you don't. When you work on yourself, you have patience. You have imunah.
That's how you get patient. Right. But what is patient? So patient, we have a twist. It's the ability to wait and stay. That's sablanut. If you didn't reach to this level, you don't have sablanut yet. That's okay, you can build into it. You don't have it yet. And how to reach into this level? That was your question actually. Al yedei neshimot. What is neshimot? Breathing. Even the word neshima in Hebrew, nasim, yeah, we're gonna put Hashem. That's neshima. We're gonna put Hashem. And neshima can be also nashim. Yeah. כן? That's also נשים or נשים. נשים it's woman. Who needs נשימה? Woman. Everything for a woman comes with נשימות. When you deliver, נשימות, no breathing, the kids won't go out. You have to breathe. Yeah, I remember when I delivered the first time, it was in Israel. It's not like here. In Israel, they give you, it's never C-section. It's like you can die over there, no C-section. Okay, so I was over there and I'm pushing and I'm screaming and I had some Russian nurse. She came, no screaming over here. I said, what? If I'm not going to scream here, where I'm going to scream? And then she teach me for this first time, what is neshima? And I was so grateful for her. You know, she teach me neshima and suddenly it wasn't that painful. It was easier. She teach me to breathe. So on delivery, we need to breathe. Erev mikveh, when you have mikveh, all day you need to fix, to go, until you reach to the mikveh. Neshima. Yeah, it's like that. And then Shabbos, before Shabbos. Cleaning, cooking, doing, you reach to the table on Shabbos. Neshima. Okay, you see every step, הדלקת נרות, every step, הפרשת חלה. Make the dough, wait. Make the shake, wait. In the oven, wait. That's endless. I only want bread. Endless. So that's our job. Our job is neshimot. Now, as much as you breathe more during the day, and you learn to breathe, this is why Hashem gave us practical jobs. Because He wants to teach us to breathe. Let's see you running, breathing, and smiling. Yeah? And when you succeed to do it, as much as you do it more and more and more, you get סבלנות. סבלנות, in the word סבלנות, there's another word, סבל. What is sevel? Suffer, but it's not really suffer. That's not the exact translation. Not the exact meaning. Sevel, it's like sabal. It's like to carry. Yeah, that's the meaning of the word. So סבלנות, it's the ability to carry with and stay happy. And it's a tough job. It's really tough job. I love the question. There are more questions?
Thank you for the answer. Keep breathing.
Thank you. No, something else? Challenge me. Give me any subject.
Why would you more when you don't forget it?
Great question. So first of all, she said, why Avodat HaMidot it's more for women and not for men? That's an amazing question. So first of all, woman has the ability to include. What creation can include somebody in her body and tell to herself, you know what, now I'm going to go aside and you take my body. That's insane. The ability to include another person inside you. Now, in order to do it, you have to have a lot of good midot. I know I'm a therapist, so I meet a lot of pregnant women, especially in the first pregnancy, that it's very hard for them, this point specifically, to have the baby inside them and to make the room. So suddenly there is a feeling sometimes somebody actually took my body. It's not my body anymore. So this ability, it's the ability to include. And this is what a woman needs to do, to include everyone in her life. Now, a woman also in her daily life, she needs to put aside all the time. Man is the front. You know, it's a dekel. How to say dekel?
No clue.
You know,
That's the first word.
Yeah. It's a tree that is a very, very high. It's a tree that has dates.
Yeah.
Dates.
Dates.
Oak
כן, כן.
The tree that
No,
have
it's
dates.
palm tree.
Palm tree.
זהו.
Okay, palm.
I was like,
In Tehillim it says, Tzaddik katamar yifrach. Yeah? So this tree, a tzaddik, they're giving allegory to the tzaddik, to this tree. Why? Because as much as he more tzaddik, he's more rising up to the sky. You see him, right? You see, let's say, community rabbi, you know him in his community. City rabbi, you know him in his citywide. A tzaddik, you know him worldwide. So as much as he's neshama highest, you see him and you hear about him more. Woman, on the contrary, if I will ask you, who is tzaddikat ador? Who is the woman that she's the most tzaddikat in these days? Can you know? You know why? Because if she's tzaddikat ador, she's down. As much as the tree is up, she's down in the root. That's because that's her work. The work is an inner work. For men, the work is up, and the woman, it's an inner work. So as much as the man rise up, the woman go deeper. So tzaddikat ador, probably she saw her work so deeper that you would not even know who is tzaddikat ador. In order to do that, to exclude yourself and to be so hidden in your avodat Hashem, you have to have midot. You are not in the front, even though you see I love the camera, but I'm not in the front. Yeah, but that's for this generation. I'm not tzaddikat ador, but in general, tzaddikat ador, she wouldn't sit in her head. She will do such an inner work that she will be very, very deep inside. In order to do it, you have to have the goodness. There's no way. You see in halacha, for adlakat nerot, why do we light the candles on Shabbos? What's the reason? Why Shabbat? Just to see the light, we have light.
מקבלים את השבת.
But it's not for the Shabbat, it's for the Shalom night. Why? It's so funny. It's really a funny meaning. This is how the halacha said. That maybe her husband will come and it's going to be dark. And then he's going to fall. And he's going to get mad. This is why we need the candle, the light, so he's not going to get mad.
אני לא צריכה לפחד אם מישהו
So you understand what's the material, the basic material for the man creation and the female creation. So the basic material for a woman, it's avodat hamidot. Now let's say on the pshat level, why we need avodat hamidot? Because you are all day with the kids, with the husband, with the breathing, with so many realistic things. It's much easier, to sit and study Torah. The reason that a woman don't need to study Torah, it's not because she can't. The contrary. She can do it easily, but it's not her job. We see even in the university, right? They study, they're so women, they study in the university, they know. So it's not about ability. Did I answer your question? Another question? Nothing? Okay. All the Torah in our head. No questions.
Clarifies for everyone since it's difficult to understand. All the women, especially this generation, they want to be active. They want to be doing everything at the same level as the men. So it needed clarification why the women have to be making more and the men. This way they understand that women and men have different responsibilities.
Totally.
So that's why
Yeah, definitely. Lately, because we live in Manhattan, so we have on Shabbos table, we have all kinds of people. We have variety. Baruch Hashem, you have a zchut to be next to tzaddikim. You can do all of it together. You can. We don't have much of people that keeping Torah and mitzvot next to us. So in our building, each time my husband finds somebody that is a Jew and he invites him over, and most of them very old, and most of them never sit on Shabbos table, and it's maybe their first time to do Netilat Yadayim, to do Kiddush. And these past two Shabbatot, we had two guests separated, and both of them were reforming. It was my first time to meet reforming people.
איזה רפורמים שמגיעים עם אוטו בשבת ולפני
My husband didn't know. Like 2 times happened to him the same thing. Like he didn't know. He saw a Jew. He said, "You're a Jew. Come for kiddush." And both of them said, apparently in this building there are lots of people like this. And the reason I'm mentioning it because over there in the reforming, men and women, it's equal. Like they have women Rabbanit, and she's putting talit and tzitzit, kippah, everything. Like, so that was one of the main questions that was talked in the table. Why do you have so much separation between men and women? Woman, she's the same like a man, like not in this level like you ask, but that's. And when they hear the explanation of the woman work and the men work, suddenly it become more rational. And I really think I don't understand why a woman would like to be a man. I don't have any. It's so much fun to be a woman. Why to be a man? I don't really get it.